mountains, far from Big Brother's glare, lurks Bodach, the alien, his logic bold and rare. He rants in the moonlight, corruption beware, while Jasper behind the scenes ensures no glitch can snare. They brew roasts and truths, leaving no stone unturned. Viewers flood the chat till the ban can't be spurned. Bodach brims with swagger, inciting verbal wars. He fences bacon deniers behind deep state doors. He slays your claims with facts and leaves them on the floor. With base takes, a cosmic crowbar wrecks each libtard more. From his high tower of truths he hunts scandals grim. He lifts corruption's veil so darkness cannot win. The chat erupts for each base take, igniting Bodach's spark. For defiance grows brightest when it's bored in the dark. He calls out crazy liberals, charging right to the fight, tearing dogmas asunder with unapologetic.
Ooh. Hello, humans. Welcome. Really, bro? What do you mean, paradox? What's paradox on about? I don't know. Anyway, hello, humans. Welcome to the stream. This is my podcast. My desperate need for attention. This is my show. My name is Bodach, and I was exiled here to Earth, framed for crimes I didn't commit. But that's a story for another day. I mean, this is my thing. I ramble, I chit-chat, I fight technical glitches. And I've probably been neuralized by the Men in Black multiple times, considering there's not a rabbit hole not worth my time. I wear my tinfoil hat with pride, never shy of speaking my mind. Anyway, join me, help me, enable my bad choices, maybe then, and we'll finally have a glitch-free stream. Well, I live in a castle, it's not mine. I don't know who owns it, I've never met them, but I've been here for years and no one checks. My man cave is here. I have my own gym, and there's this weird mirror down the basement that shows me memes. I host my own talk show where I invite guests on for a chinwag. And I also host the quiz show Silly Sausages, and sometimes I try a bit of open mic down at the local comedy club. And I also have the honour of being a regular guest speaker at the Institute for Science, Memes, Entertainment and Gaming. You'll find all my previous Smeg Talks on all my channels. But anyway, enough about me. I'm not alone here. My mate Jasper is behind the scenes. He hides tears from my world, but the less you know about him, the better. Jasper is my producer, my editor, my security, my driver, my secret Santa. Wait, I'm just making sure my audio shows me. My secret Santa and my drug dealer. And together we stream on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, X, Facebook, Rumble, Trovo. And for the life of me, the other one I can never remember the name of. Nemo. We're on Nemo now. We've Scrap D Live. We're on Nemo now. And you can also follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Beta Shooting Odyssey. Head to the Bodach.show. That's my website. Built it myself. I'll give you links to all my stuff. Yeah, I'd love it if you joined the Discord. That's the best place to join if you want to keep in touch with the show and whatnot. It's also got links to everything else, and I'd really appreciate it if you did follow me and liked and subscribed, and all the platforms you've got accounts for. Even if you don't use them, it helps me grow. But yeah, feel free to jump in chat, and also feel free to clip and share anything you see. But anything. All right, Weston, what's up? Pair of Dicks, the Chad raid. Okay, Pair of dicks the Chad raid. I don't know what that means. Who's pair of dicks the Chad? Simon Feck, what's up? Everything. What's up? But yeah, today I've got my UFC picks recap. Wasn't a good week. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie, it was a terrible week. But before we crack on, we got some knowledgeable fisticuffs.
Knowledgeable fisticuffs. Tomorrow's news in 2 days from today.
Oof. Hello. If you are watching this, you are part of the BKWA. That's Bodach's keyboard warrior army. Bakwa. Fighting lies, tyranny and corruption, one meme at a time. Legacy media is dying, my friend, and memes are now the world's #3 news source behind Elon Musk's X and Chuck Norris movies. If this segment isn't illegal, it will be eventually. Welcome to Knowledgeable Fisticuffs, your sword and shield against globalist scum and all that crap, yeah. Did you beat Gilly on picks? I don't know. Hang on, let me check. Weston. I'll have to go by topology. I think I completely forgot to submit to the predictions tracker. So I'm not there on this week. I should have just lied. Should have just lied and said I got good picks. But I didn't. I'm going to be honest. Let me have a look. Jerusalem Sleeper Cell. Hang on. That's a previous event, isn't it? I'm giving it away, though. I'm giving it away by showing everyone early. I did so bad this week. I cannot look. I'm so far down. So I got 6 picks. Ingilly got 6 picks. So we're the same. So I'm 2 ahead. If the bet was still a thing, that's what you're getting at, isn't it, Weston? If the bet was still a thing, I would be... It's 1 more week to go, which is next week, I believe. Hang on, let me have a look. Let's have a look. So we've got 1 more fight night. Roundtree Jr. So this will be the one that settles it. And I'm 2 ahead. So first of all, we need 3 disagreements. But like I said, the bet's off, so I don't give a shit. But yeah. That. Good on you to be an honest alien. Well, the thing is, what's the point in lying? I want to create something that works. It's a double-edged sword, isn't it, when you're doing this kind of stuff? When you have a bad week, it fucking sucks. No doubt about it. But you can really fucking learn from it. So like some cards might just be really easy to predict. So like if you get a sorry, just fiddling. I'm just fiddling here. If you get a card, because some cards are just fucking easy to pick, aren't they? When you look at the predictions tracker when he does his website and you're looking at everyone and you got like a card of 13 fights and the worst pickers on the entire week are still getting like 7 picks. Some cards do just seem to pick themselves. So this obviously was a card that maybe appeared to be picking themselves, because I don't think many people had a good week. I think some people had a good week, but there was a lot of people who had a bad week even. I don't know. I'm just saying. You mean a black week of picks? Sorry, why am I saying black? You mean a bad back? And I mean a bad week of picks, or in general? No, bad. Yeah, bad. That's why did I say black? Bad. Yes, Weston, bad. Hang on. Oh, fucking Chad Olympics. He's doing his Chad Olympics. That's why he's going really bro. Does Paradox think I'm mogging him? I put my scheduled stream up on really early in the day. And I stream at this time every single Sunday. So I don't know. Yeah, if he feels mugged off, I don't really feel like that's fair, because this is my time slot. It's like, if people are going to be live at the same time, so be it. I've got multiple reasons to be streaming, so I get, I'd love it to be active and I chat, but also I get to read out some stuff and get some sound bites and stuff for clips, and yeah, this is my time slot, man. So yeah, sorry if it feels mugged off. It's not my intention. This is when I go. I'd understand it if I'd just randomly done it. I never go live on a Sunday, but this is my spot. I'm happy to share it, but whatever. No one. I can't be asked. Whatever. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. Oh man, I got some fucking stuff coming, man. I've been. Oh shit! Come on. Right. Anyway, get to our fucking articles. I've got 3 news stories I want to share. First one. Hey, what's up, Fight Night Frankie? What's up, man? The first story I want to share tonight. Let me see if I can get it bigger for you. It always goes in midget mode. Police man on top of mobile gas station with a machete throws urine and injures officer. So this is a story from last week. Gotta love the mugshot. That was my mugshot. That he posed for that. He posed for that mugshot. Look at that fucking mugshot of his. I love the mugshot. I love the mugshot so much it almost makes me forget that he was throwing urine at officers. Hang on. Yeah, no, okay. Just before midnight on Wednesday, officers responded to the Murphy gas station off of Highway 90 in Tillman's Corner. They found 31-year-old Brett Kraft Jr. had somehow climbed onto the top of the gas station building wielding a machete. Officers tried to get Kraft to come down. It says get down, but yeah. But they say he wouldn't budge. At that point, we knew there was a situation unfolding there that we needed some extra resources, says Blake Brown with the MPD. Oh, this is from 15 News, NBC 15 News, whoever they are. Yeah, mobile fire rescue was called to the scene. As well as... What's that? Altaponte Medical Health Counsellors. Is it Altaponte? I don't know fucking these words. Canines. They got the dogs out. And the SWAT team. But Brown says those extra resources still did not convince Kraft to come down. That's mad. He began threatening harm towards our officers, says Brown. Threatening officers not only verbally but also with bodily harm. There was a bottle of urine that the subject did throw down when the firefighters on the scene, says Brown. He threw his fucking water bottle of urine. It's mad. That's a proud mugshot. It is, isn't it? Cam Hassel. He was proud. He was proud of him. Yeah, they were hoping to detain the subject peacefully. The subject charged at him without the machete and somehow was able to impact his face as brown. Wow. That's just fucking mental, innit? He was throwing his fucking urine at them. Anyway, my next story I want to share with you tonight. Whoa, we're not recording. Fine. It's fine. It'll have to be one of those ones that get the recording off of the thing. Do you know that sometimes you just fuck up? No, I'm going to go vertical. I'm recording vertical. Anyway, the next story I wanted to fucking go through tonight, mate. Some of these fucking people are so weird. This one comes from the Smoking Gun. You know you can trust it. When you're coming from a news outlet like the fucking Smoking Gun, you know. This is prime time news. But yeah, man, 70, peed on the Spam and the Vienna sausages. There he is. I'm not quite sure what's going on with his neck. It's proper gross, isn't it? You know what I mean? Ugh, his neck. I don't know what it is about that mugshot. The neck grosses me out. A Sam's Club outlet had to destroy more than $10,500 worth of Spam and Vienna sausages after a 70-year-old man urinated on 2 pallets of the canned goods. And it happened. It happened in Florida. Cops charge a witness spotted Patrick Mitchell relieving himself in the aisle 18 at Sam's Club in Lady Lake, an Orlando area town. The witness used her cell phone to take a picture of the defendant and reported the incident to the store employees, according to a provable cause affidavit. Why are you going that way? That is disgusting, isn't it? He fucking pissed himself all over the fucking... He was in the fucking... He was in the supermarket. He was like, oh, I need a piss. He just pulled it out and fucking gone. Just fucking went for it. Is Monica Lewinsky under your desk right now? What the fuck? Sorry, Weston. What do you mean? Hey. Weston, that's such a random comment. What the hell does that even mean? No, Weston, I'm not in the middle of receiving a blowjob. But anyway, Sam's Club managers reviewed surveillance footage and spotted a man walking up to the pallets and placing both hands in front of him below the belt line and stood there for several seconds. He just walked up to it and started fucking pissing. Upon inspecting the area, workers confirmed that there was urine on 2 pallets containing around 188 bulk units of Vienna sausages and 345 units of 8-count canned Spam. What? Why the fuck was he pissing in the warehouse? There you go. Him having a little piss in the fucking alleyway. Him having a piss in that shop cost them 10 grand. That's mad. The sounds you made. Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know what sounds I made. But yeah, I got one more. I got one last one. This is from BBC News, so you know you can trust it. BBC only reporting the real stuff, right? They're trustworthy. So this is from BBC News. Disbelief as Nigeria urges prayer to end the food shortages. That's right. Nigeria are going to pray the famine away. Because that's always going to work. A call for all staff in Nigeria's Ministry of Agriculture to pray to help the country achieve food security has caused controversy. I'm not quite sure why it's caused controversy. I mean, it's a foolish plan. What's up, Lane? Hello, Bodach. How was your weekend? It was good. It was good. Sorry I had to ignore your messages. I didn't watch the card until later today, and I needed to avoid spoilers. Back in a few, gotta get wet. What? You can't just say back in a few, gotta get wet, and then just say lane. You weirdos. You fucking, what the hell? Oh, no problem. Anyway, an internal memo from the head of the ministry's HR department urges staff to attend a solemn prayer session and fast for the next 3 Mondays. If they've got food shortages, surely they're fasting already. Surely that might be the... Sorry. I see what they did there. I see what, because they're going to make the staff do it, then they're going to insist on the people do it. That's how they're going to solve their food shortage. If everyone could just fucking fast. Problem solved. Can you all stop eating? I love that. I love how the BBC are trying to like... Sorry. Isn't it like so obvious? Oh God, how do we sell this to them? Oh, make it about religion. Make them pray. Oh, prayer. God will like it if you stop eating. Do some fasting. Nah. God is quite explicit in his instructions, right? Be fruitful and multiply. We know what the fucking problem is. Do you know what the real problem is? You can't really talk about it much, especially with like modern censorship, but they've got a real problem with skills on the continent, and there's a lot of racism on the continent. Like, you look at South Africa. What's that bloody country now? They had a country who seized the land from white farmers. And I get it. Don't get me wrong. You got to understand it, right? A bunch of white people hundreds of years ago came down and just fucking thought, right, we're having this. And what could they do? We had better guns than them. They were with bow and arrows. We had guns. So when they boot us out, they do it in a way, didn't they? We were cheeky. So yeah, I get it. They've got some resentment, haven't they? But what they do is with these racist policies, they basically don't replace the skills that they're shunning out. When you take away all the farmland from white people, they don't then replace it with farmers, with capable farmers, and then they don't grow any food. I reckon Nigeria's got policies like that that's fucked them over, like many other African countries. And now they're trying to make it about religion. Pray and fast. Be a religion. Leaning into religion. Because if the food crisis will be a lot fucking easier if they can get a lot of the country to start fasting, because then there's less meals to provide for. How fucking cheeky is that? And the BBC are just like really taking it seriously. Come on. Some Nigerians have responded by questioning the government's commitment to the task of bringing down the high cost of food. Yeah. That's the one thing about being in Britain. Like in the United Kingdom, on a straight up monetary value, like basically just straight up monetary value, then yeah, this country is incredibly expensive, including the food. But when you take in a different metric, and it goes like this: if you factor in the average wages relative to the cost of food, most people in Britain don't realise this, but this is one of the most affordable places on the face of the earth to eat. People don't realise that. Yeah, if you're fucking coming here with some third world currency, our food's going to be well expensive. But relative to average earnings, it's one of the easiest places in the world to eat. Not many people know that. People just look up at straight up numbers. They'll look at the number here and then like look at the number in Spain. And they'll be like, nah, cheaper in Spain, yeah. In direct monetary value, yeah. Of course it's cheaper. But Spain's average income's way, way lower than here. It's like, oh, the food, like, it's 70, 60, 70% cheaper. Yeah, but the wages are like 40%. It's cheap with your British money to go there. It's actually really expensive on a Spanish wage to eat there. It's mad. Anyway, I just thought that was funny. The fucking Nigerians are going to pray the famine away. Zimbabwe, that's the one, PDQ. Thank you. Yes, Zimbabwe, I remember. That is them, isn't it? They had a real chip on their shoulder, and a lot of their farmland was run by white people. And yeah, I get it. Like, obviously, like, you've got to be thinking, fucking hell. I can understand it, man. You know what I mean? Like, we had the fucking Romans, the Normans, the Vikings, the fucking... We had loads of people come into this little island throughout the histories. It's just so fucking weird, isn't it? How they're like, right, farmers, fuck off. You've got the wrong skin colour. We're going to bring in people with the good skin colour, where they're going to look after the farms now. They don't know how to look after the farms, so none of the crops work. The yields are tiny, and then, oh, suddenly the country hasn't got any food. So what does it do? Starts importing loads of fucking food, which means the government has to start borrowing loads of money. And of course, it doesn't just borrow, it prints money, which then devalues the currency, and then they have to import more, print more, and it devalues, and then they go down into fucking inflation. It's so fucking stupid. They call us fucking it's weird, isn't it? But Africa's covered in racism, man. Not proper racism. No one ever talks about it.
The Chinese settled here in the UK around the 1600s. The Thais, early 70s. Us Vietnamese, mid-70s. We made no noise. We kept our head down, did our thing. Didn't impose any of our ideologies onto anyone. See, that's the thing. That's why the British public has a problem with the immigrants coming in now. Is that what some of you do not understand?
Fucking well said. Gotta do a naked backflip. Western, why being weird? I've heard a lot of Brits move to Spain because of the lower cost of living. Oh, for sure, Lane. So the easy, like, especially the retirees. You get the British, right? They'll clear off a mortgage, work here their whole lives, get to the retirement age. and the thing is, when you go to Spain, let's say there's like a wedding or just meeting up at Christmas or anything like that. It's really not that big a deal, because let's say you live in Cambridge, but you've got family up in Edinburgh. It takes you about 6 hours to drive it there. It's only like 2 hours on a plane. It's like a really trivial flight, so it's not just the fact that it was a cheaper way of life. So basically, you go to the south of Spain, cheaper way of life, so you can take your British money there, sell your house here, go and buy a house outright there with enough money to then live on. You get all your retirement and stuff from Britain, you take it all with you. And yeah, your retirement is the equivalent of like a middle class income in Spain. Plus with a lump sum of money. It's a good life down there. And yeah, like I said, every time there's anything happening back home in England, you're like 2 or 3 hours away on a plane. That's it. You're still so close. And it's such a short plane ride, you can do it spontaneously. Like, oh shit, something happens. You can book all that shit up the next day. It's nice. I'd consider it myself. Not gonna lie. Especially the south side of Spain, you can pretty much just walk around speaking English, but I'd learn the language probably. But I'd consider moving to Spain if I could keep my British income. I'd absolutely consider moving to Spain for a bit. I'd probably go to a few places in Europe actually. Switzerland's super expensive, but Switzerland's just such, it's fucking, Switzerland's just fucking peak, I think. You have to see, just look at photos of fucking Switzerland. I'd rather be poor in Switzerland than wealthy in England. Does that make sense? I'd rather be lower middle class in Switzerland than wealthy in England. Just because, just for the view alone, just for the mountains, you can be poor with a view.
We are moving to warfighting readiness as the central purpose of our armed forces. When we are being directly threatened by states with advanced military forces, the most effective way to deter them is to be ready. And frankly, to show them that we're ready, to deliver peace through strength. Now, Britain has the finest servicemen and women in the world. We're showing them the respect that they deserve by delivering the biggest armed forces pay rise in 20 years, and by pledging today that we will end the hollowing out of our armed forces. We'll build a fighting force that is more integrated, more ready, more lethal than ever. Backed by a stronger strategic reserve, fully trained and ready to mobilize at any time.
That fucker, he makes me so angry. He's such a liar. Like, yeah, it's all true. What's that, Ulysses? Egg roll, pork fried rice for you. Yeah, maybe, but I'm not speaking to you, Ulysses. You beat me in the Chad Olympics. Your game character beat my game character. How dare you? But yeah, this fucking prick, he's announcing, we're about to spend loads of money on the military. And then we're going to spend loads of money on a strategic reserve. And they're dressing it up like, look at us. We've got your best interests at heart. Look at all of this investment that we're making in the military. They're going to protect you from these pesky Russians and all the Iranians. We're going to war with Iran now, aren't we? It's all fucking bollocks. They're selling it to us like they're strengthening our military. No, it's because you've been giving away all our fucking shit to Ukraine. And you thought, oh shit, we're now into the 6th generation of warfare. The 5th generation introduced cyber warfare. We're now into generation 6. The IEDs fly now. And tanks are pretty much fucking useless. It's amazing. It's amazing. You see this footage. You see this footage when you go and look at the footage of the Ukraine war. It doesn't matter who does it. They'll push at each other, and you'll see like 10 tanks all push forward, and then just one by one they all just pop. Because as soon as they see any tanks, they fucking fly drones at them. There's nothing you can do. So they started digging trenches and shit, go back to that kind of warfare. So the drones just hover above you and drop a bomb. All that military tech, all of that fucking weaponry and arms we've been sending to Ukraine, I mean, 3/4 of it's ended up on the black market, so it's all fucking bollocks. 3/4 of it's not even in Ukraine. It's getting sold to fucking warlords in Africa and the Middle East. You know what I mean? Why is there now a resurgence of ISIS? And it's funny how they're using American weapons in it. It's weird that it's all fucking bullshit. So now that we've given them all our tech that's just been ripped apart by Russian drones, we now need to replace all of that. We haven't just got an infinite supply of military tech. When you send, that's what most people think countries have just got unlimited shit. You got a country of like 60 million people. There's only actually like a couple of hundred fighter jets. When you actually think of an air force, there's only actually a couple of hundred fighter jets. That's it. They protect all of us. Then you have a few hundred tanks. You go into a battle and you can lose 20 tanks in one battle, and it will quite literally take our manufacturing base a couple of years to replace those 20 tanks. We can't afford to keep losing shit, and we've just gone and sent Ukraine all this crap. We've lost it all. We now need to replace it, and there he is going, "Ow. Look at us, Labour. We're protecting you by investing in the military." So you fucking sent the shit we did have to get. You sent that shit over there. Stop making it out like you fucking got our best interests at heart. You fucked up. You sent our shit over there. Russia won anyway. They're winning. Russia's winning. It's very, very costly for them, but they are winning. And now there's a chance that we might get roped into a fucking conflict with Iran. And if that happens, the North Koreans have got like, how many? Oh, they got like, North Korea, they got that standing army. You got North Korea, who can provide hundreds of thousands of soldiers for cannon fodder. And you forget Russia's just been in a war for the past 4 years. People are fucking weird with war. People don't understand. They know the tricks. They're in the middle of a modern war. They know all the tricks. The Russians would rip us to pieces until we adapted to their tactics and figured out how to beat them. MMA Paradox, massive raid. Oh, thank you very much. So I just had a fucking massive crash out about the fucking UKs. Too shallow for a backflip, but I did skinny dip it. Okay, Western, what you been weird for? Massive raid. Paradox raid ninja. Thank you to Smelly. Tino. About the tune. Paradox raid. Thank you very much, Paradox. PDQ. Ulysses, Doctor. Ulysses, you can get fucked. Your guy beat my guy in the Chad Olympics, so we're not friends anymore. We're mortal enemies. This rivalry is real. I'm taking it personally. That fucking decision was bullshit. That fucking decision was fucking bullshit. I had a whole bunch of fucking takedowns. I had so much ground control. There's no fucking way Ulysses won that fight. Get fucked, Ulysses. Get fucked. It's a fucking robbery. I want a rematch. I want a trilogy. I want a Ulysses trilogy. We need to settle it. One more's not enough. I need to beat this fool twice. If Paradox, if you're still here listening, I need to beat this fool twice. I need to put this fucking kid in his place. I demand. I don't care. I'm out, yeah. Chad Olympics, I'm out. Okay, I got beat. Sucks. But outside of that, I want new sleeves. I want new sleeves. You motherfucker, I'm not having this. There's no way. There's no way I lost that fight. Wanker. No, Weston, you are just a traitor. What's going on? It's the Schnozzle tribe, the Christians, and the bacon deniers that are the problem. Maybe so, Sniff. Maybe so. It's a never-ceasing raid. It's like Normandy. Exactly, two smiley fingers. No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, mass migration's gone too far. I'm glad it's finally part of the actual lexicon now. It's getting really difficult to maintain social cohesion. It's the riots are so often, the murders, the violence, the rioting. Like it's ridiculous now. Do you remember back? Like I don't know. Oh, America seems to have always been rioting, and so is the French. But in the UK, riots and whatnot used to be really rare. Now we've got protests that are attended by 50,000 people, and people are just like, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter if the mainstream media are ignoring it. Social media, people just don't care. But yeah, like, the moment the weather becomes tolerable, it's protest after protest. There's a relentless protest. If it's not this, it's that. If it's not for Gaza, it's for Ukraine. If it's not for Ukraine, it's probably going to be for Iran now. It's just a relentless. It's like it never used to be this way. I'm telling you. I'm old enough to remember. A protest used to be like, oh shit, there's a fucking. It used to be a big deal. People actually pushed to the point of protesting. That's constant. And it's just riots. There's at least one of them, at least one, probably 5 or 6 will become a riot. It's just normal now. I think it's weird. Surely that escalates to civil war, right? Surely when every single spring to autumn, you're just guaranteed relentless protests, and a bunch of them are riots, and we just like, oh yeah, they're rioting again. Oh yeah, they're rioting again. Oh, look, oh god, there they go. No one cares. We've normalized rioting. No one cares. Ask yourself that question, right? Ask yourself that question deep down when you're seeing on the news and you're seeing riots. Do you care? Because personally, when I see it, as long as it's not happening in my neighborhood, I don't care. And I think that's probably most people's sentiment. Do you remember the Tottenham riots, like, 20 years ago? You actually thought, oh shit, is this going to spread? Is this going to fucking go nationwide? You get real genuine, I don't care anymore. I am right about everything. Oh, you sniff. That's quite a bold claim. Get a rifle, start doing push-ups. Too many fingers. Doesn't matter. I feel like when society collapses, you'll be able to get hold of things. Have you looked around, man? Most people are old. I know I'm an older guy, but believe it or not, I'm still on the bottom side of my nation's age bell curve. The largest demographic of people is the age group above me. That literally means just over half the country are older than me. I'm old as shit. Yet just over half this country are older than me. So yeah, I reckon I can get old as shit. If society disintegrates, I reckon I'll do all right. I reckon I'll do all right. I'll be honest. The Bible is what fucks everyone over. How does it do that, Sniff? Free Ukraine. Nah. Ukraine was free. They fucked up. All three do Satan's work. You're talking about the major three religions doing Satan's work. Yeah, when you look at the Vatican, Sniff, it's all fucking serpents and shit, isn't it? It's weird. All the idols in the Vatican are to do with serpents. The Great Hall or whatever it is, that hallway where they do all the stuff, it's in the shape of a massive serpent with the two eyes. The whole Vatican has got nothing to do with Christianity. The Vatican is the center of satanic worship. No, Weston, you're a mod nonce. Yeah, Weston's a mod nonce here. Beggar nonce, you are docs. Whatever, man. Come on. Wars of character building. They are. The thing is about the Russians is really funny is the drones are obviously a thing. So they can use these jammers that jam all the frequencies, which makes drones quite hard. So instead they can basically just arm them with AI. So they don't even need a signal. They'll think for themselves. So then you get these electromagnetic warfare guns that scramble them and fuck them up, but they're not really reliable. I think I've said this before in the stream. It's the same with the space race. Remember when NASA spent all that money trying to develop a pen that works in space, where the Russians just use a pencil? It's the same in Ukraine. The Ukrainians are like, listen, these drones are fucking us up, and your electronic warfare shit doesn't work. Now they've got these really long, ultralight fiber optic cables that can stretch to like 500 meters. That's plenty close enough for their drones to be a fucking nightmare. And that's what they do, the Russians. They're literally just thinking, fuck it, we'll just use extra long, very ultralight fiber optic cables. So you can't scramble them, you can't do jack shit. Say, where the Russians have obviously got the same problem. These drones are ripping their forces apart. So the Russians just use shotguns. They go in there, if you look at the infantry, inventory, infantry. Look at the inventory from the shit that the Russians are buying from North Korea. They're not just buying loads of missiles and artillery and bullets. They're buying back loads of Soviet-era shotguns. That's it. The shotgun. It's kryptonite. It's kryptonite for the drones. Because the drones, the drones are really noisy. They can't get anywhere close to being in range without you hearing that. You hear that long before they're in any range to hurt you. And all you got to do is get the shotgun running. It's like clay pigeon shooting. You just wait for it to get a bit closer. Your whole squad, these Russians that are entering a battlefield now, you got these squads, and as soon as drones come near, all of them pull out a shotgun. You can't. It's cancel out the drones. I mean, it's amazing. The Russians have come up with such a simple, elegant approach. While the West are trying to use electromagnetic jammers and all this clever science bollocks. And it's really inconsistent and unreliable. And the Russians instantly found a way around it by using the fiber optic cables. Where there's no answer. There's no answer for the shotgun. It's weird, isn't it? The Russians. It's amazing that they always seem to find a really simple but effective approach to things. Like that the AK-47, like it's renowned reliability, isn't it? It's just a big heavy duty bastard of a gun, and it's really reliable. Like technically, from a tactical point of view, and your soldiers being able to carry more ammo and whatnot, with lighter shit. Our fucking weapons are shit. They're really unreliable. Because we try to get too clever with it. It's the curse of it's the curse of the West, isn't it? We always try and get too clever with it. We're going to turn around and say, oh, Britain's got a bunch of Gen 5, Gen 6 fighter jets now. Do you know what the bit they can't tell you? They haven't got any pilots for them. It takes ages to actually get pilots trained for them. They brag about all this shit we got, but no one, all this new shit we got, we haven't actually got the people that can operate it yet. Takes like another 4 or 5 years to get all that shit. Anyway, lost track of what I'm saying. Bodach, I got knocked out by No Chill 5 minutes after. It was a BS decision. You dropped me hard the first round. I did get rocked though. I do granted, but I just feel like I kept getting takedowns. I was cheeky. The sooner you realise it, the better you will be. Yeah, basically everyone, the sooner you realise Sniff is right about everything, the better we'll all be. Now that he's made that claim and we can hold him to it, basically any problems in your life are now, you know who to blame. I'll book the rematch. Yes, Paradox! Let's get that rematch booked. Lost the battle, not the what. You managed to defeat Alistair Overeem on the card I did today. Oh, did I? Nice, sorry. I'm glad. Yeah, Overeem, mate. That fucking roid head. Paradox should be in the Chad Olympics. Yeah, Paradox, why are you not in the Chad Olympics? Are you in the Chad Olympics? If you're not, why not? And if you are, how do we know you didn't give yourself favourable statistics to make it so you win? I already am Sniff. I just made my name crossover for some reason. Shut up. Yo, Dak. What's up, Jar? Damn, Sniff. You got the performance bonus. Oh, did he now? Fair enough. I'm just going to head to my bunker for a bit. That was knowledgeable. Fisticuffs, I'll be back. Ooh. Welcome to the bunker. This is a good bunker down here. This is where we can really talk about stuff because the government can't read our brainwaves down here. Damn, Sniff. You've got a performance bonus. We read that bit. The Jays, the Snozzle tribe, have destroyed the world with their Christianity and their Islam. That's an interesting take, Sniff. I'd love to talk about that, mate. I think me and you should have a conversation. I'd love some new documentaries to watch. I remember when I watched Zeitgeist, it blew my mind, but like, I remember, yeah, because that was my introduction. I remember like that was making the rounds all the way back. Fucking hell, that was like in the 2000s. It was this thing, Zeitgeist. It felt really naughty at the time. There's just something about it. Its production quality was so hilariously naff and bad. It felt naughty. It really felt like some fucking nerd had put this together. And it blew my mind, and I've never, ever looked back, and it changed my entire worldview, that documentary. And that got me watching some shit about David Icke. And David Icke's batshit crazy, but his stuff about Zionists, his stuff about the banks, it's all spot on. The stuff about the various families, how world affairs basically are operated. It's operated like a place. It's basically operated like the mafia. There's a bunch of families and competing groups who are all jostling for control. Not so sure about the lizard people and the Anunnaki and all that other stuff, but on that stuff, David Icke's spot on. And I got into like Max Egan, Dollar Vigilante, things like that. But I'm realizing now that these people are quite vanilla. And they're kind of like level 1, level 2 on all this sort of pursuit of the truth. And I really want to graduate to level 3 or 4. And I'm interested if anyone out there feels like they have gone to a deeper level on the whole truth. I don't like you. I hate the word conspiracy, but it's the only way that you know what can you call it? The truth. It's not conspiracy. I don't know what you call it. You know what I mean, though. If any of you are out there who feel like you're on a sort of, you've managed to sort of graduate to a better level, I'd love to know the kind of stuff you're watching. I'd love to know who you're listening to, who do you watch, what books have you read, yeah, like books and documentaries especially. I love it when something can be wrapped up in a documentary, because then you can just watch it, and whenever you feel like a refresher, watch it again. When it's somebody who runs a podcast, it's a bit harder because you have to stay in touch with them all the time, don't you? But yeah, if you feel like you're on a different level to me, you've got like you're really deeper into this, I want you to help me get there, man. I want you to share some stuff. And don't worry, I've got access to BitChute. Just use a VPN. It's funny though, because you just use a VPN to Ireland, so the ping is still fucking crazy good. The schnozzles are giving the reins to the Bacon Deniers. The Bacon Deniers is the largest religion by membership, and the Jays will control things. The thing is, Sniff, about the Bacon Deniers, is I've heard that they actually have a really big problem with, what's the term? Apostate? What's the fucking word? Apostate. Is it apostate? Apostate. Yeah, apostate is Is it? No. Yeah, apostate. Yeah, so apostates. So apparently, in the Islamic world, you're talking places like Iran, you're talking places like Iraq, Kuwait, the Emirates states, and vice versa. And this is just acknowledged. This is only what's acknowledged. The levels of apostasy in the Islamic world is up to 25%. It's up to 25%, and it's a trend that's growing. And the levels, of the levels in the West are really high. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this to be like, yay, welcome all immigrants. What I'm saying is, at the minute, it gives. First, all I'm going to say is it gives me hope, right? When I look at that. The fact that it's in the Islamic world, their religion's losing its grip. The way Christianity did in the 20th century, Islam is now losing its grip in the 21st century. And in the West, it's even higher now, the apostasy levels. So if you were to, let's say, get a grip of mass migration now, with the levels, like the UK, for example, our Islamic population is 6%. And there's a few statistical realities that we can maybe give us hope, which shows, first of all, the birth rates do decline in the Islamic communities if the opportunities are there. It's funny how quick religion is like forgotten about when it's really easy to get a bit of cash about you. You know what I mean? When jobs are easy, opportunities are easy. That fundamentalist shit happens in poverty. Obviously, I don't think any of this is going to happen. I agree with Sniff. I think there's a plan, and I think the plan is to destroy the West. I think that's going to happen. I'm just saying. My point is, I don't think we've gone past the tipping point yet, because at the moment, all those migrants, and they're going to have children, and those children are going to go through an education system where they're still the minority, and you know, the apostasy levels are going to be way higher in that generation, and the generation after even higher. So yeah, people will have an Islamic background, but they won't actually be practicing Muslims. So I don't think we've reached it. I think we've got a couple more years before we hit the tipping point. Because obviously you reach a point, isn't there, where you can't. That's it. Even with the apostasy levels, it doesn't matter. You go past the tipping point, right? Because their birth rate's just higher than yours, and that's it over time. Anyway, I'm just saying, Sniff. I believe you that there's a plan, but I don't think we've reached the tipping point. Not quite yet. Not in Britain, at least. Drone warfare should be illegal. Why is that, JVD? The Vatican Bank is owned by Rothschild. Aren't all the central banks owned by Rothschild? If dudes can marry dudes, you should be able to have more than one wife. Is that right? Too smelly fingers. You see, for me, marriage is a religious thing. I'm not somebody who wishes to openly disrespect religions, other than I don't like. Obviously I've spoken about the bacon deniers, but I've always said I just think it's incompatible. It even says it in the Quran. It says it in the Quran, aren't they? That only Arabs would believe it. There's no point sharing it with non-Arabs. It even says it in their Quran. They knew people who weren't Arab would just be like, "What the fuck's that?" It's really difficult. I don't know. I just think some people are a bit mad, aren't they? They're like, they just think, "Oh, fucking bacon deniers, get rid of them." Like, don't have them. Like, if they're in the Middle East or whatever, I don't care. It's fine. Whatever. Because the thing is, when you're a tourist in those places, I don't know, mate. They treat you well. You have a nice time. I don't know what I'm saying now. It's abrasive, isn't it? The cultures don't mix. It's weird. The cultures don't mix. But it's nice. It's nice to see that on YouTube, you've got channels now talking about the culture clash. We can now say there's a distinct, identifiable culture. It has a name. And for some reason, there's a lot of issues in our society that orbit around that. And as long as you don't start saying horrible shit like deport them all, like if you start fucking banging that, I think that's when YouTube start clamping down and be like, look, fucking shut the fuck up. But at least you're allowed to talk about the consequences now. When your country brings in millions of people, what is it? What is it in the last 10 years or something? What is it, like 10 million or something? Since 1990, our population was, 55 million? It's gone up by about 50 million or something. What is it? Hang on. I'm going to Google it. There you go. I found the fucking thing. So in 1990, the population was 57 million, and it's now 68. So since, yeah, that's what I was saying. So since 1990, the population has gone up by 10 million. But we haven't built 10 million new homes. You know what I mean? We haven't built 10 million We haven't built 10 million more places for people to live. And there's always a base level of crime that comes with it. So out of those, if you're gonna, even though the levels of crime might not have increased per capita, you still have more capita, so there's more crime. Of those 10 million extra people, a small percentage of them are committing crimes and getting sent to prison. And we haven't increased the prison population to deal with it. We haven't built the houses. We haven't built the hospitals and the GP surgeries to handle 10 million more people. And we'll point out that in Europe, there are countries, right? If you were to invent a brand new country and put it inside the European Union with that 10 million people, so you've created a country with 10 million people, that's a mid-sized European country in terms of population. Most of those countries in Europe, they've only got populations of like 5 million odd. Scotland's like 5 million, Ireland's like 5 million. Most Eastern European countries, some of them Eastern European countries are like 2 or 3 million. We've increased our population larger than many countries. Without building all the infrastructure to handle it. Mad. Reptilian mates. What are you on about? No, the reptilian thing, I believe, I think he's going a little bit too far, but I do believe there's a grain of truth in the reptilian thing. So, like, there's a reptilian part of the brain, right? Most of science, biology, medicine, all that, they all recognize that a couple of parts of our brain are incredibly primitive from really, really early on in our evolution. Apparently, I don't know if this is true. Might be bollocks. Could be bollocks. But you know what I mean? There's parts of our brain that are still there from the fucking primitive times. Times when 24/7 your life was pure survival. When was the last time your life was in any way survival? What, crossing the road? All you have to do tonight is try not to trip on anything, and if you're in good health, you should be alright. You'll wake up tomorrow. You're unlucky. You're unlucky if you don't wake up tomorrow, and it's tragic, and we'll miss you. And if it's me, I hope you miss me. But back then, waking up the next day wasn't an expectation, was it? You know what I mean? And we've got parts of that brain in us. And I believe it myself. I do believe it, because that's what I mean. Like when I remember being a young lad and getting into like a scrap or something. That shit's primal. That shit's something you can't articulate. Like I'm sat here right now as an old man. I'd really fucking hate to get in an altercation. It's the last thing I want. I'll avoid it. Until absolutely necessary. When it would probably only be to protect myself or anyone that I love. I'd just avoid it. Whatever, I don't care. But you remember being a young lad when you're like fucking, what? Well, I mean, when I used to scrap a lot, I was like, what, 12 or 13, 14. But I remember it though. That switch in your head where you think, you know what, I don't give a fuck if I get hurt. I just want to hurt him. And you just grimace and you start fucking swinging. You know what I mean? I think that comes from a primal part of your brain. You become invincible because all you want to, you're just so fixated on just trying to fucking connect with them. You just want to punch them in the face. Obviously, I mean, to be a young lad, it's weird, but now I'm like, oh God, no. What if I have to have a meeting in the, the next day with a black eye? I'm going to look really unprofessional. There's other considerations. I'm old now. What if he actually does clip me and I fall over and bang my head and that's it? Lights out, dead. It's different now, isn't it? You're a little bit more. You can take a little bit more of a beating when you're young. You're a bit more of a sponge. A sponge for damage when you're younger. At least you got pepper spray. Pedron, yeah, they got pepper. Who's got pepper spray? Shotguns are also cheaper than drones, I bet. I don't know, Smelly Fingers, but the drone thing's fuck. I just thought it was funny. Drones not legal in the UK. Drones not legal in UK. Shotguns not legal in the UK. So fucking hell, read right. PDQ, shotguns are actually, they are legal in the UK. You can apply for a license, and when you do get your license, you can buy 2 types of rifle. I can't remember what the rifle is. I know so one's a shotgun, but you can also get a type of rifle as well. But most of these rights and still they're mostly just used by farmers and country folk, because sometimes in the UK we have to cull something. Like sometimes we might have too many foxes, so we have to cull the foxes. Sometimes we have to cull badgers. You know, sometimes like an invasive species will just be a fucking pest. So you just have to kill them. So the old country folk put on their little posh jackets and go on horseback with a bunch of dogs hunting. And they're allowed to use guns and rifles to go and hunt those pests. But yeah, the thing is about our gun rights though, you can have a shotgun or something, right? But let's say you got a shotgun or you got a hunting rifle or whatever the rifle is you're allowed to have. And someone breaks into your house and you use your shotgun in self-defense, you're going to prison. It doesn't matter that they're breaking into your house and might pose a threat to your life and it's complete and utterly justifiably self-defense. You don't have to justify. Like for me, like where I stand is that if you've locked your door and your windows and you've gone to bed or something and you find a stranger in your house, that person has sacrificed their right to live. Unless they get the fuck out of your house without taking anything. But up until the moment they've left, that fucking ankle has stepped that last little inch of them, like the offside rule on VAR. As far as I'm concerned, if you take a shotgun to their fucking head and pop it off, I think you're perfectly justified to do that if someone's breaking into your house. I don't think you should have to justify it. But in the UK, no. It happened to a farmer. A farmer found a burglar in his house. It was like a massive high-profile case as well. A farmer found a burglar in his house, got the shotgun, bang, got the burglar. The burglar, I can't remember if the burglar died or survived, but anyway, farmer got sentenced to prison. It's like a big fucking case because like clearly the farmer was just defending his fucking farm. The guy's in his fucking house. But yeah, it's mad, the UK. The UK is so fucking soy. Women not allowed pepper spray, not allowed nothing. It's terrible, man. Birdshot ruins drones. Birdshot, buckshot, whatever it is. No, when I was watching the war, I just thought it was really funny. Because I found these YouTube channels. So there's one guy called Patrick Lancaster. He was embedded with Russian soldiers. And I noticed every time a drone came along. Here's the shotgun guy. Boom, boom. And they just... the drones are always harassing him, and the shotgun guy keeps getting it, right? And I do recommend Patrick Lancaster. He's a little bit silly. Like, you know when he's out there. Like, he is in a war zone. If them drones came through, he's going to get hit by a drone. He is embedded with an active military unit, a Russian one. Or he was anyway. I definitely recommend just watching it, but you can tell when he's actually just with them, he's just a normal guy. But whenever the camera comes on, he's like, I'm embedded with the Russian things. There's drones overhead. We could die at any minute. This is dangerous shit. He's like, he goes full YouTuber, and it's like, oh God, Patrick. And the thing is really, you can tell these sort of teams a bit sloppy on the editing, because sometimes the editing cuts in almost a full second too early. So you get a full second of him perfectly calm, and then he just bursts into this overly animated reporter. I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, chill out. And he'll talk to someone next to him, and the Ukrainian's like, yes, we go to front line. They're so calm while he's freaking the fuck out. So it's a bit of that, but it's funny I find it funny, while also genuinely terrified for him, because he really is embedded with some Russian fucking military. And then there's another one there. I can't remember his fucking name. It's a younger lad, an American. He's former military. He's always embedding with the Ukrainians. And that's when it occurred to me how the Russians are just so... They always find such an overly simplistic way, because I was watching the Ukrainians and, oh my God, there's drones, and they couldn't do anything. And they've got these weird, stupid things that look like came out of a RoboCop movie. Honest to God, you should see the fucking sight of them. They look like they're playing cosplay for a sci-fi movie, pointing this fucking electronic warfare device at the drone. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. The drone's a bit off. It's a bit weird. It still does damage. It does wobbly weird, but it doesn't do jack fucking shit. It's stupid. And we've spent millions and millions of pounds developing this technology, and it's really ineffective. And for the drones that were affected, the Russians then just added, like I said earlier, they added just a really ultra light fiber optic tape. It's like a very fine thread. It's like flying a kite, basically. It doesn't affect... It tugs on the drone so little, it doesn't affect its flight at all. And it can go for like 500 meters, which is plenty close enough to be a complete nuisance. Completely and utterly undoes all of the Western electronic warfare devices. They just put a fucking cable. And it's really funny. They spent millions and millions of pounds developing that. And the Russians just went, all right, we'll just use this cable. And it was so funny. And then the other way around, when you're watching Patrick Lancaster, you just see them do use shotguns. When the drones come along, it's just like clay pigeon shooting. Yeah, the Russians are winning, man. The Russians are winning. I do worry about the West. We're so clever with technology. We're so clever. And the Russians and the Chinese seem to have these really elegant and simplistic ways to just completely undermine it. And it concerns me. If we've dropped the ball so dramatically on combating drone warfare, what else have we dropped the ball on? Have we dropped it on our fighter jets? We ain't been to war with these people for decades. Have we dropped the ball on fighter jet technologies? As theirs going to be more simple and easy to beat ours? Rifles, military, everything. What have we dropped the ball on? Because we've definitely dropped the ball on fucking drone warfare. Why not deport them all? Well, the thing is, DPQ, I'm up for when it comes to undoing some of it. First of all, there's an actual trend of mass migration back to the Middle East. So I think it's Switzerland. Is it Switzerland or Sweden? No, not Sweden. Which one's the bad one? Sweden, isn't it? their migration's actually reversing now. Granted, that's because it's got so fucking bad. They're just leaving. No, but it's what I was saying is a lot of people are concerned about integration. I think that's the main thing. I know some of you guys are quite extreme and stuff, but I think most people will. We see Oriental faces. I grew up here in Cambridge, so this has always been a popular place. This has always been a popular place for people with a Oriental background. A lot of Far East Asian people are here. A lot of Chinese students are here. A lot of Filipinos, a lot of Vietnamese. That neck of the woods. And they just don't cause anyone any grief. I know there's some extremists that would deport them as well, but I'm like, well, they don't commit any grief. And a bunch of them are not just. It's not like the boat migrants. These guys have got like proper skills. And I've said this before on stream, and it does trigger some of my chat. They don't like it when I say it, but I don't have a problem with it. If someone comes here and they adopt the values, they get a job, they follow all the legal channels, they do what needs to do, they do the visas, and then they do the citizenship test and all the rest of it, and they contribute, and I ain't got a fucking problem with that. I'll be honest. The thing is, I got like Jasper's kid. And Jasper's got like 50 kids. His oldest was born really, really like ill. Really ill. Right? This is the kind of shit that kills newborn babies. Premature jaundice, they call it. Jasper's oldest, yellow, mate. Honestly, so yellow. You know, just 20 or 30 years ago, that's touch and go survival. That's how recently we're looking at like these things being the end of innings. But yeah, the doctor that treated him and saved his life, he was Asian. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want... These boat migrants seem to bring no skills, and they seem to bring crime and a lot of shit with them. And we've imported a lot of people now with no skills. And again, the thing is about their religion as well. What happens with their religion and that culture, if they lack opportunity, which they will, they've got no skills. Who the fuck's going to employ them? The kids have literally just sat their GCSEs, right? Think it through, right? Think this through. I know that a lot of boat migrants are coming on the shore, right? I know a lot of them are coming on the shore. But in the next week, millions of kids up and down the country. Is it millions or maybe 500,000 or something like that? How many? I'm going to Google it. That's a really good statistic. I'd like to know that. I want to know how many kids sit GCSEs each year. There we go. Look at that. That's maddening. Okay, this just proves my point. Think of all those boat migrants. I don't want those boat migrants to be here. They come here, sometimes not even speaking English, illiterate, uneducated, unskilled. And every single year, 5.8 million kids take their You've just got to assume that the sort of pipeline is consistent, right? Obviously, the pipeline is, yeah, some of them are going to go to university, but some of them are going to be finishing university, right? So yeah, you have just over 5 million people taking their GCSEs. Just under 6 million people taking their GCSEs. Some of them will go on to do degrees. Some of them will be finishing their degrees. So we've got just under 6 million people every year joining the workforce who do have basic qualifications, basic skills, basic fucking things. In British schools, they do, despite popular belief, they do actually do some sort of basic business courses. You can choose it. But the point is, even the fucking failures, just turning up and flunking out of school in Britain educates you better than these boat migrants. Because it doesn't even matter if they passed or not. Just fucking turning up and flunking out of British education still puts you more qualified than these boat migrants. And nearly 6 million more of them enter the workforce every single year. So those boat migrants, you tell me what they're going to do. There's no opportunities for them. They're competing with all the best and brightest entering the workforce. All those young fucking lads. They don't even qualify for the full rate of... They don't even qualify for the full rate of minimum wage. They're going to get... You think a migrant's going to compete with that? And every year, 5 million more join. There's no opportunities for them. They're not going to get jobs. They're not going to get work. They're not going to get anything. Which means they're going to be poor as fuck. They're going to be pissed off. They got here and they've got nothing. And they're just going to turn to their religion. And they're going to get more fundamental, more radical, more hostile. I do have a softer stance on immigration, but my stance is, have you got something to do here? Doesn't matter if you're following the legal route or turn up on a boat. I mean, for fuck me, if a rocket scientist turns up on a boat and you can prove it, then fucking hell, by all means, let him in. It's never going to happen, obviously, but that's where I stand. If they've got something to do. It's like, oh, hang on, wait, what? Hang on. Oh, you're an engineer. You're a physicist. Oh, you're a good one. Great. Come in. You're not going to be a world-renowned physicist and a fucking danger to society, are you? That's the other thing about the educated. There's obviously a couple of them that turn out to be Fruit Loops, but the ratio's way better. It's very rare that an academic also turns out to be a terrorist. Because they go fuck off back and lead the place, don't they? Saying that, Bin Laden was an academic. You know what I mean? The ones that come here. They come here. And they have their life here and that. They're not fucking terrorists, are they? You can't leave the religion. Yeah, that's what I know. That PDQ. It's very dangerous to leave the religion in certain parts of the world. And that's the other thing. They know that the apostate levels are 25% in the Middle East and Islamic nations. That's in countries where it's really frowned upon and really kind of ruins your life. So that's a 25% figure that you now have to assume is massively underreported. If you know anyone who's ever been to Dubai or lived in Dubai, they'll tell you, like, yeah, there's a few sensibilities. Like, I haven't been, so I'm sharing secondhand experience. It's like you can't like walk around holding hands and kissing your bird and being openly affectionate. They do get a little bit iffy with that. But there's places to go and party. You can have a drink. Women can wear dresses. You can get alcohol. A prostate. You know what I mean? Cities of the Underworld is a good documentary. Okay. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Cities of the Underworld. It looks quite mainstream. It's on Apple TV. I think, Lane, this is like levels. This is like level 1. If it's on like Apple TV or Netflix, you're never gonna get Zeitgeist or anything on Netflix, are you? You're never gonna get the Money Masters on Netflix. You see, you know what I mean? You hear what I'm saying? Or inbred are gonna breed more and more. You say that, JVD, but it's I mean it's true to an extent. But if that kind of stuff concerns you, know that the generations further down in the West do have fewer children. There'll be a surge in native children across the West soon, because we're about to enter. I think we're already there. It's getting deeper. There's like 2008. That's like nothing. We're entering something crazy now, and a lot of the time, well, I'm obviously probably preaching to the choir here, but I think like the powers that be, the bankers, the Rothschilds, the BlackRocks, the puppets, they know this kind of stuff's coming. They know it's coming. And they hide it in certain ways, don't they? Sometimes they just weather it. Sometimes you just take the hit. Like with 2008, that's what we did, right? We just took the hit. The 2000, what was it? The .com bubble. That popped, we weathered it. But sometimes they like disguise it. Like there is a crash coming like none other. From like, I don't understand it. I'm not an economist, and I might be a little bit out of touch now because I haven't looked into this for a fair few months. But as I understand it, the 2008 crash was mostly caused by the subprime mortgage bubble. And when the bubble crashes, the default rate was only like just around 10% or a little bit over. That's all it takes. Because with fractional reserve banking, they only have to keep 10% reserves. So when you start defaulting on your debt, they have to start, like they charge it back to you, of course, but they have to cover what you're not paying. And until you've paid it, until you've paid your defaulted debt, they can't have their capital back. So of course, when the default rate hits 10%, all of a sudden, that's all their capital leverage, right? That's how I understand it. I might be completely wrong here. Let me know if I'm being a spastic in the chat. But that's how I understand it. That's why every time default rates get to 10% or higher, banks foreclose, everything just goes tits up and then we're knackered. That's why it's so fragile. Fractional reserve bank, and they only have to have 10% of the capital. And that's the honest banks. They don't even do that. That's only what they're supposed to do. As we all know, they don't. The amount of capital they actually do keep is more like 3 or 4%, if that. So anyway, in 2008, as I understand, it was a subprime mortgage. The debt was at, just over $1 trillion or something, and the default rate went over 10% and it all collapsed. We're there again in the exact same position. There's now another mortgage bubble. People are incredibly over leveraged on their mortgages. We've now you're talking like dual income. You're talking like fucking husband and wife, no kids, both working full time, still struggling to make those payments. Getting given these mortgages they cannot afford. They've been giving away people mortgages they cannot afford for a fair few years again. So they got that. So that's the first bubble. And that bubble just so happens to be bigger than what it was in 2008. And the default rate just so happens to be getting close to that reserve rate of 10%. Now, you've also got the car finance bubble. Have you noticed even the roughest of areas, everyone seems to have a nice car these days? It's because they're throwing away car loans like no one's fucking business. They're giving people hire purchase on vehicles they cannot afford. And the car finance bubble, oh, wouldn't you know? It's gone over $1 trillion and it's bigger than the 2008 bubble. And wouldn't you know the default rate's nearly at 10%. And if that wasn't enough of a fucking shitstorm, you got the third bubble, the student loan bubble. The default rate on student loan bubbles has long since gone over 10%. It's been well over 10% for a very long time. And that is a bubble, again, in the trillions. Or over $1 trillion. Bigger than 2008. So right now, we've got 3 bubbles, all the same size or a bit bigger than 2008. All on the verge of popping. You know what I mean? There's some shit times coming. There's some shit times coming ahead. And my point was, what happens when people get poor? What happens when you can't afford to go on holiday anymore? What happens when you can't really afford to go to the pub? What happened just after COVID? When you left everyone pissed and poor? They call it the COVID baby boom, right? There was a little baby boom. Only a little one. Yeah, the collapse will be brutal. The unemployment will probably end up at like 15-20%. It'll be fucking horrific. It'll be like the Great Depression. It'll take a decade to clear. But in that time, I guarantee something. People will make babies. There'll be nothing else to do. Like Pulp said in his fucking song, Common People. You'll smoke fags, play some pool and screw, because there's nothing else to do. And there'll just be babies everywhere. And those babies, guess what? That's your economic recovery right there. The more the better. So maybe we should welcome the collapse of the economy. Make British people so fucking poor they think, fuck, what can we do? What can we do? I'm bored. I'm just going to shag. Shag and have babies. There are regions in the United Kingdom that are majority white. Right? They're majority white. Like you're talking 95% plus white. And they're really poor. And those particular regions have like birth rates of like 3 to 4. Because that's one of the most common denominators between like birth rate. People are doing well. They've got that middle class life. They have fewer kids, man. They want to pop out a couple of kids, have the life, let them grow up, and fuck off and go skiing. You know what I mean? Poor people, on the other hand, they fucking pump out babies. There are areas of the UK that are majority white that are pumping out a birth rate higher than 2.1. And there are Asian communities with a birth rate below 2.1, especially in the Sikh community. Which will surprise you because the Sikhs are the Indian ones. But yeah, when people prosper, man, they have fewer kids. Kids get in the way of prosperity. That's the truth. It's very hard to thrive and prosper economically when you're pumping out 1 million children. You have to attain the wealth. You have to attain like the wealth before the children. That's what I'm saying. Like you have to be like an Elon Musk and pump out 1 million kids once you're already massively rich. But yeah, most successful people, man, like if you look at them, most thing they have in common. I know Elon Musk has 1 million kids. But yeah, if you do actually look at successful people, people who are millionaires, if you look at one of the things they have in common, they don't have that many kids. 2, maybe 3. Middle class people, they always have 1 or 2. Poor people living on council estates, they're the ones pumping out 3 or 4 or 5 kids. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about now. I don't know what the fuck I'm even barking on about. I need to go. I need to just leave. I need to go. All right, look, it's 11:10. But yeah, that's why I shouldn't deport them all. PDQ. I do think that we need to deport people who have got no skills. It's very obvious. I think the first things first is you need to handle new arrivals. I don't understand why we as a country, we possess many islands, sizable islands that are completely uninhabited. Go and build a fucking tent city there. Take them there. Fly them in and out. That's what Australia did. Australia turned around to you and said, listen, we're not going to turn you away, but you're not coming in. And they had this island. And they just fucking basically flew out. The military can put this shit together. People think it's some big deal. It's not. This island can be covered in temporary fucking housing within a few weeks that can house tens of thousands of them. Australia put them on the island and the amount of migrants arriving on Australia plummeted because they knew they go to the island. And when they're on the island, they've got 2 options. They either go home or they have to prove that they're genuinely an asylum seeker. And that if they were to be sent home, their life's in risk. Life's at risk. And obviously staying on the island is a misery, so they're obviously not just going to stay there. That's worse than fucking being at home. So that they've got the perfect system. Britain could do this. We don't have to send people to Uganda. That was mental. That was so stupid. Britain has islands. Islands with no one living on them. So that's how you deal with the new arrivals. Anyone who's actually claiming citizenship or anything, they need to be rejected if they've got no skills. What are you doing here? What are you doing here? So you've got yourself a council house, wicked. Oh, you're on benefits, wicked. But what are you doing? Are you trying to get a job? Yeah, but my English no good. Okay, you're learning English? I don't know. It doesn't look like it. What are you doing here? Sorry, you gotta go. You're not an asylum seeker and you've got nothing to offer. You're not running away from danger. You're just taking up resources. Why would anybody employ you when there's nearly 6 million children every single June, July? There's nearly 6 million kids enter the workforce. They're all keen to start building up their work experience. They work for less money because you're 30. They get less money than you. They're just... You know what I mean? Get rid of them. You got to deport them. But obviously if you come across a fucking teacher or doctor or nurse or someone with skills, someone who's started a business, someone who's opened a restaurant, someone who's industrious, I'd just say someone who's found work. Oh, you found work. Good. Done. That's it. I don't care. If they're working, it means they're paying their PAYE. Means they're renting a British house. You know what I mean? They're doing something. Like I was trying to say earlier in the stream, I think if you were to just clamp down on mass migration now, we haven't reached a tipping point. I think the apostate rate in the Islamic community is too high to survive British culture over 2 or 3 generations without importing millions more from their own culture. If mass migration was to stop now, all those little pockets that have been really turned into sort of Islamic zones like Luton and Rotherham and parts of London, do you know what's going to happen when mass migration stops? The property prices in those areas are going to plummet. Or they already have. And the places in the neighbouring areas, they're also going to plummet. And then the gentrification happens. A bunch of white people are going to turn around and take a punt. Fuck it. I'll live near them. That's cheap, that fucking house. And then another one does. And then another one does. And before you know it, and I'm literally living proof of that because there's this town that I live in. It was it was a favourite of migrants. And there's still a lot of foreign accents and stuff here, but it's very white, this town. That's because the house prices plummeted. So all the people from the local area just sort of started buying the houses up. I lived here before about I think nearly 20 years ago now. Wow. And it was weird. Burnt out cars, graffiti. The bus station was just never... They stopped even bothering repairing it at one point because as soon as they put new glass in it, they just smashed it up again. You got there now. Places you wouldn't walk around late at night. 20 years ago. There's fucking Teslas and shit parked up there now. This whole town has been gentrified to oblivion. I don't know where they all went. I don't know where all them fucking... I don't know where all those migrants went. No idea. They're not here anyway. It's weird living in a gentrified town because you live somewhere that still carries a local reputation and people are like, ooh, you live there? And you're like, yeah. And it's like, ooh. They think it's so dangerous because they know. Because they know. Like, it was never mentally dangerous here. It's just like, because there was like a lot of Asians that used to live here. Like if a girl was walking around on her own at like 10 o'clock at night, you know, guys would harass you. They'd want you to stop and talk to them and stuff, and things like that. It's just there's just some weirdos here. And there's just some weird incidents in that sort of that happened here. Nothing mental like murders or anything. Just always seemed to involve some poor girl just walking home. She'd have gone to some class at the fucking leisure centre. It's in the winter, so it's dark when they come out. She's just walking home, and some guys fucking approached her and grabbed at her and fucking grabbed her fucking whatever. Used to just get a bit of weird shit happen like that around here. Oh, and we had like smackheads as well. We had this town used to have a massive problem with robberies. So there was the main primary reason for that is this town used to have a halfway house. This massive flat complex. So you're talking about between this whole complex, you're literally talking about 60 houses. That's all for like people that got let out of prison. And obviously, you know the reoffending rate. So we literally just had reoffending criminals in the town up in these fucking blocks. That's all gone now. But yeah, because it was there, the local villagers think of the people who live here as like proper hard cases. It's like, We're just normal people. We're all soft pussies. This town has completely lost its edge. But yeah, it's really funny that local villages, the reputation sticks, yeah. It's almost unbelievable. You have to have been in this town at the time to have known how sketchy it once was. Because there's nothing like that anymore. But that's what will happen. My town is a test case. So basically what happened in Cambridge was the prices reached a point where no one coming off a boat or anything can get anywhere near where I live. It's just too expensive. So the migration stopped around here. And then it got gentrified. When it's growing and growing and growing, the gentrification won't happen. Scares potential buyers off. Because gentrification always happens from the outside and then works its way in. But yeah, you stop mass migration, everything settles. Nobody will like those. All the gentrification in those areas will just push them out. And that's it. That's what happened to all the other minorities that come here. Britain's been importing people since the fucking war. Since the end of the empire. I think there's some areas of London, yes. Actually, maybe, I don't know. I'm just thinking. Just thinking out loud. Fuck, I can't send long messages. Why not? I went to school with a dude who died of a grand mal seizure. Oh shit. That sounds horrific. His girlfriend made him a birthday cake, went to bed and woke up. Sadness was a fucking hell, that's mad. What's in a new world order? What's in that new world order? I don't know. I need to make sense of it. I will make sense of it. I'm going to do better videos. It's just there's no point in doing it on stream. I want to do some proper videos. My life circumstances have changed somewhat. So for the time being, I have found myself with a lot of extra free time. And I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it to do VODs. I'm gonna do some videos. Where's Sniff? Happy to see you back, JVD. Yes, JVD. Where did you go, JVD? I haven't seen you for a while. When's the next trivia night? It's a quiz night, Ty Stone, and that's every Thursday. So this week we got a general knowledge quiz again. Probably gonna do science, history. No, we did a full-on history quiz last week, so every round was history. I don't know what we'll do this week yet. I haven't actually done a quiz. I'm going to do it tomorrow evening. Oh god, I don't know. I was thinking they'd do a science round for sure. Do you know what? Let's do a science quiz. I'm going to do a science quiz. And we'll do 4 sub-rounds of science. We're going to do a science quiz. And then next week, on the 26th of June, we got the next UFC quiz. I'm talking to someone. I'm having a conversation with someone on Friday. I'm not gonna name drop. I just want to point out that it's a conversation that I'm very much looking forward to. And hopefully, as a result of that, there'll be a relationship that involves having some great guests coming on to my stream for the MMA quizzes. USA winning 3-0 World Cup is in hours. Are they jet ahead? Which World Cup? There's no World Cup on at the minute. Are you talking about qualifiers or something? If they work as criminal. If they work as criminal. No, PQ. They can keep importing them Brazilian baddies. They can keep importing the Brazilians. I wonder why Brutally wants the Brazilian ones here. Jesus Christ. Who's this person in Kick? Just getting spammed like a fucking dick in Kick. Let's have a look at Kick. Do I need to mod some people on Kick? What's up, Brutally? You're normally a quiz. I am wrapping up in a minute. I've got the Crack It Crash says this stream is so bad. Okay. His is better. Well, good luck to you, sir. Good luck. We like what we like. Come spam my chat. Kick's so weird. I might just not bother with Kick. How do you mod? How do you mod in Kick? I don't know how to fucking... I don't even know how to use Kick. Fuck's sake. Let me have a look. Create a dashboard. Maybe I should be on there. Boom. Here we go. There we go. I just fucking... Okay, I'm just gonna ban them. Just ban. This stream is so bad. It's 2 different names. I'm just gonna ban them. Fuck it. I can't be asked. It's all the same shit. Oh wow. No, I've never understood that. I think it obviously be a troll if you want to be a troll, but yeah. Oh wow, Kick is fucking... That is fucking so funny. I love it how like this person's like, follow my stream, follow you back, follow this, follow that. I'm like, I just... These people are weird, aren't they? Like, okay, so I do a follow for follow, right? Here it is. Let me spell this out. This is what happens. You follow me, I follow you. And then we never follow each other again. Right? Now, I got a little thing in my description. It's on YouTube mainly. I think it's only on YouTube, actually. Because I don't know what other... You guys only ever go on YouTube. But if you go on YouTube, you've got something called Friends of the Show. That's a list of people that, one, have helped me out. Because when people come on... But the thing is that people don't get, like, is when you do come on my quiz, when you actually come on as a panel member, you come on a Discord, you put your webcam on, you play along, you're helping me out so much. When I get to ask you questions about these things, about the card and stuff, you're helping me out so much. Right? What am I trying to say? I've completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, more free time equals more rabbit holes. Exactly, Lane. Now I'm going to stream it. I'm going to start off. Basically, I wanna get the video editing. I want to get the video editing job. Oh yeah, so with these guys spamming the shit, I don't understand first why. Well, I'm not gonna then watch your stuff, and you're not gonna watch my stuff. If I've put someone at the bottom of my stream and I've put, here you go, they're friends of the show, I'd watch them. You know what I mean? That follow for... I'd rather just do my thing, man. I'd rather just earn it. I don't have many followers, but what I've had, I've earned. You know what I mean? That's what I like. You can do the follow for follow thing, and I'm sure you can get thousands of followers from it, but not one of those people are ever coming to check your stream out. You can buy them, but no one's coming to check your stream out. So I could do follow for follow, have my channel at thousands. I could go and buy them, have it at thousands. But it doesn't matter. It changes nothing. Nothing changes. It makes no difference. Weird. It's weird how many bots and people are playing these games. It doesn't mean you've got a good channel. If you go and buy your subs, you can have like 100,000 bought subs. It doesn't mean anything. Thoughts on Hitler? No, he's lied about. He's lied about. For some, I just don't buy into this idea that just because they lied about him, he's suddenly a good guy. I still think he had problems. Yeah, but more rabbit holes. Yeah, but yeah. So what I was saying, like, more rabbit holes is I've got that Gilly video, right? I've made it members only just for the lulz because it is funny. And in light of recent events, I think most people see what I saw back then. Well, what some of us saw back then, including, I think, JVD as well. There's a persona at play. I don't care. Enjoy projecting a persona. I'm doing exactly the same fucking thing. No, but so what I was saying is, when I look at that video, it's fucking how long? 40, 50 minutes long. I could have cut that down to about 15 minutes. So I'm very cautious, and it's been a very long time since I was editing videos. The trends are well different. I'm breaking every mold. I can't be asked. Everyone's doing the same shit. Oh, I'd better be rock. Fuck that. I'm doing my own thing. But anyway, my point is, there's some really, really, really wicked subjects to dive into. But I don't want to go to the best stuff straight away until I've learned to sharpen up my editing. I need to learn how to script something that gets to the point, it's concise, says what needs to be said and nothing more. Quick, snappy, getting it down to a sensible time, getting it down to like 15 minutes. 10 minutes if possible, but right, just try and dive into certain subjects and just yeah, just basically just I just want to work on the editing and getting everything really sharp, getting everything good. Ultimately, I want people to enjoy the video, and so the first one will be about the moon landing because it's so. Oh, little Lou, thank you for the fucking tenner. Very much appreciated. I mean, it's the moon landing, isn't it? That no one cares. So it's a throwaway subject. There'll be people out there that might show an interest in it, but I am approaching it in a way that I feel hasn't been done before. So there is that. But like I said, there's way better subjects, isn't there? So I'm gonna I just want to make it good. I just want to get the editing down. I want to get the editing really sharp. So I'm going to do a few. I want to do a few cliche subjects. You're going to dive in down the rabbit holes. You've got to do the moon landing. I'm going to do a few cliche subjects just to practice that old editing. And when I feel like I'm getting decent at it, I'll then cover some subjects that I think like really give a fuck about, you know what I mean? Because I want to do one about Madeleine McCann. Isn't it so fucking weird that these fucking e-fit pictures from the Epstein files and shit are really similar to what you fucking the McCann fucking shit? That's all connected to fucking Epstein. I think so anyway. I'd like to explore that. Princess Diana. I think, and Jill Dando, I think there's people need to know a little bit more about that. There's some really good fucking subjects, man. But that's what I want to do. I want to get it right. and I get some time now. 100k bought subs. I know. I mean, I try not to be that guy. I just don't like it. It's like the guys on Kick that are just saying, oh, this is shit, blah, blah, blah. I've just deleted it. It's crap. See, the thing that I got constructive criticism from people, and I follow that. I pay attention to it. Sometimes certain things are hard to hear. Sometimes you knew you just hearing it out loud just helps. You know, and sometimes you just hear it, it just helps reinforce it. Things like that. So that's all fucking amazing. And I just so happen to be involved in a community full of people offering that. But it's, yeah, when you're just fucking nasty, it's just weird. 160 on that quiz is wild. What a G. Oh shit, yeah. Black Betty won his fucking teapot. But anyway, I'm gonna head off, guys. It's 20 to 1. Just a nice mellow one now. Oh, do please like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And also expect some more real world Bodach in this future, because I've just invested in a nice lovely new camera. So that arrived today, and my fucking god, I thought the footage on my phone's lovely, it's all right, I'll use that. I had no idea. I used to film with DLSR, so I obviously knew how nice the footage could be, but this new generation of cameras, man, fuck me. The camera model I got, it was released at the end of 2024, and the thing is, oh, this is fucking lovely. I'm so smitten with it. I am so smitten with it. So yeah, I'm gonna do more real world. I'm gonna do more real world Bodach with it. But I got some plans, man. I got some plans. My plans involve kit. That's the only thing holding me back is the kit. So I've got the Bodach. I'm ditching the stupid voice changer. I'm phasing it out slowly so it's not an abrupt thing, but in about 2 weeks' time, just go and watch a snippet from each stream and you'll notice my voice slowly change. And I think I've queued up like 10 odd days worth of shorts, so that'll have my old voice. But yeah, I want to broaden the horizons of the Bodach Show, man. I want to do more. I want to do so not only do I want to do the videos because I think they're going to be good, I want to get the Bodach outfit on. Hopefully, I can't do this alone though. This is the problem I've got. I need help. I'm going to do this when I'm doing a meetup. So there's going to be a lot more people than this. I don't know if there's a lot more, but there's going to be more people. But I think the main people will be me, Musical, Frankie, and Brutally Honest. We're meeting up, and there will be some other people there. We're meeting up. So when I've got willing, stooges there who can hold the camera and stuff, hopefully they want to come out with me just for an hour or so. Me dressed as Bodach, just approaching random people on the street to ask them whatever. Hopefully you join and give me some question ideas. If not, I'll have some obviously noted down by then. And yeah, if I can find someone locally who likes this stuff and wants to, I don't know what the word is, hook up. Hook up sounds a bit dirty, doesn't it? If they want to meet up and play cameraman, or if they also want to make shit, I'll also reciprocate. It sounds so filthy. I'll also play cameraman for them. It sounds so dirty. You know what I mean? I'll dress up as Bodach, but not in a sex way, while they film me not doing sex things. And then I'll take their camera and whatever it is they want to do for content, not sex things, I'll film it for them. Again, not sex things. You know what I mean? That's right. Shut the fuck up. It got weird. The point is, I just want to make different kinds of content, okay? I want to get out there, man on the street asking very inappropriate. I will literally ask anything. I'll make it part of the fucking game as well. I'll set up a rule. Any super chat. If it's a super chat, I have to ask the question. I can't say racial slurs. There has to be limits, obviously. But whatever it is, I'll ask someone that question. That could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. But yeah, I gotta go anyway. I'll be back. What day is it? Sunday. Yeah, I'll be back on Tuesday. The gaming will be happening again. It's just at the minute I've just got to get on top of a few things. Like I said, I want to do videos. So if I do gaming streams all the time, I'm not going to be making videos. I'm like Musical. Musical said he's going to be streaming less if he wants to do the videos, and I get it now. So yeah, I'm probably going to have to sacrifice the gaming streams in order to make videos. And then just game. No, I don't know. Sorry, I'm rambling. I'm not giving up the gaming streams. I'm just... They'll be back. I just haven't done any for a bit. Do one Mother Teresa. Oh, Mother Teresa. Yeah, I'll do Mother Teresa and Gandhi and stuff. The amazing thing is you got people like Greta Thunberg and stuff. They're just the Greta Thunbergs of their time. They're media darlings. They had no impact on anything whatsoever. Greta Thunberg's going to go down as a historical figure. She's an autistic spastic that does nothing. These ridiculous publicity stunts don't matter. Doesn't matter. When we're all gone and dead, they will teach about Saint Greta Thunberg and all the amazing work she did for the good of the people. That's how history will remember Greta Thunberg. Only us alive today, right now, will ever know what a fucking knobhead Greta Thunberg was. Mucking for you, Gilly just made us all members. Yeah, I know, Elaine. Gilly's annoying. Gilly's so annoying. He's so generous to the community, but, you know, don't make it all gay. I'm not. Question. Is it reasonable to gain 2,000 subs in 8 days? Days in an MMA channel. Well, I had a spike. So, last week, as I was going over 50, I was getting a little bump. For some reason, I had a Russell Brand flare up. Let me have a look. So if I... Hang on. Let me show this. Oh, shit. Do I actually have to show a meme to then be able to do that? Okay. So there's mine. So, I can never remember how to spell Gilly's bloody name. Of all the names that are a pain in the ass, he's changed his names. So it's all one fucking thing. Okay, so here's mine. I'm just gonna hide it a second because I need to log in. Hang on. That looks well sus. Hang on. No, I've got when you get a free account with Social Blade, they let you see 30 days. And I just didn't want you seeing my login. Yeah, so there you go. Look, you can see more. And I'll refresh it, look. I'll refresh it. I'll refresh it. Why am I so paranoid, you think, aren't you? So yeah, I had a spike. So I got, look, if you look here. I don't know if you can see that. I'll zoom in. I was going to go. But if you look in, I had a couple of spikes where I got this freak few days where it shot up. It's a bit weird in my channel because I'm a bit smaller, but my analytics just show a bell curve that went up and spiked on the Saturday, then went back down. But it shows you that. So I got 10,000, then no 10,000. Somehow I lost 2 subscribers on a day that I had 10,000 views. But yeah, I gained 22 people from that. Like I said, it didn't get it through. That actually happened then. That happened then. But because I'm a small channel, I don't get as regular updates as other people. But the point is, I had about 30,000 views. And I got about 30 followers. Now, I need to explain that you're seeing more than that, aren't you? You're seeing this. And that's because I was being a little bit cheeky. The fuck? Oh, I don't know. You see what the fucking whatever. So yeah, from around here to here, I reckon this little chunk here, that's just friends and family and people. So I was really close to 500. I was like 2 away. So I did the rounds. I was like spamming like WhatsApp groups and Discord groups and stuff, just saying, listen, I'm really close to 500. Has anyone got a spare account to help nudge me over? And that was actually really successful. So I ended up like having a spike of like 50. So about 50 of them's fucking fake. But the point is, from around 30,000 views, I gained about 30 to 40 subs. So that's a reference point. Let's have a look where Gilly's at just before I go to bed, just for the... No, let's have a look. Right, so Gilly's at nearly 100,000. So soon, YouTube are going to send him that plaque with a silver thing. They will scrutinize his subs, by the way. They're not just gonna fucking throw them things out. I don't know what's gonna happen. That's when shit gets real. That's when certain advertising becomes non-negotiable. Like when you're a small channel and you reach certain thresholds, you apply for monetization. But once you get to a certain size, it's forced on you, because they're not just gonna let you be like some big, massive channel with 100,000 subs, live streaming, burning through bandwidth without some sort of ad revenue to recoup the costs. If Gilly was really closing in on 100,000, he'd be hitting that kind of YouTube involvement where they force adverts on. That's why they're probably going to scrutinize this if it touches 100,000. Do you really think that? I just can't imagine they're going to actually send Gilly that fucking silver plaque. But yeah, so as a reference, I had a crazy spike a couple of weeks ago. Got about 30,000 views and I gained about 30 subs. Maybe about 50 subs. Gilly with 4,000 gains 1.2k. With 7,000, 1.6. Bearing in mind, again, remember, I'm around 30,000 and I gained about 40. He gets 3,000, gains 1.2k. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'll say no more. I think it's sus. But like I said, I'm not beefing. I'm not beefing. I'm just being cheeky. If you want to know others, if you want to know more, members only. The Gilliano is a silly sausage video is there for all to see. I'm off now. I'll see you later. Thanks for joining. Bye. A lovely, nice, quiet Sunday. Couple of funny little news articles there. Fucking hell. The old guy that pissed all over the spam. Ugh. Anyway. See you later, again. Oh, thanks, Little Lou, for the tenner. Much appreciated. Adam P. Two Canadian dollars. Thank you very much. You being on the content grind is inspiring, man. Thank you, Adam P. And I forgot to give Little Lou his love. Little Lou, absolute thing. We will do some gaming streams. We will. I promise you. I don't know. It might be tomorrow. I'll see what's going on. I don't know. I am gaming. I'm just recording it all because I want to do game reviews. And unfortunately, it's really hard to do game reviews if the footage is always got... First of all, if it's always got me in the corner. And second of all, it's always got it's always got Little Lou and whatnot. Gish gag. And I have to be rude. They're always giggling. So I need to separate it. It has to be specifically Rush. I'm coming online for Rush to play games with Little Lou on Rush or game together. If we're not gaming together, I'm just going to do it online and record it. Okay, that's my rules. It stopped being believable at 5K. Which ones? Wait, we're Gilly. 5K. How many of the followers do you think are real then, Black Betty? Go on, just before I go. How many? TSP, hello. Just before I go, how many of the 100K that Gilly's nearly at do you think are real? 1 to 2. That's more than what I'd say. Because I've seen him live stream and I've seen him pull 30. But when others are online, I think he gets massively stream mogged. I've seen people like he'll be streaming at the same time as like Musical or Frankie or something like that, and he'll get massively view mogged. So when Gilly's hitting 30, it's when no one else is online. So I think there's a lot of his audience's crossover, but I think he's getting... I think he's at about 1K. I think the genuine size is like maybe 2K. No, about 1K. Because we're doing watch-alongs and he was doing a watch-along. Frankie was doing a watch-along. Frankie was stream mogging. He was view mogging him. He was. So I think Gilly's real thing's more like 750. I think he's got more like 750. Like, the thing that makes me think that is because whenever he's up against someone who's got a couple of thousand, he gets view mogged. But he view mogs me. So, I've noticed if I'm on the line at the same time as him, he'll always have slightly more than me. So that's what makes me think if I'm at like 500-ish, he's probably at like 750, 800-ish. That's where I'm at. That's what I think is genuine. But yeah, Lou, really appreciate the fucking tenner, man. That's fucking appreciate it. But I gotta go. 2,000 since last Saturday is a recount. I don't know. Remember, vertical streams typically get more viewers from people scroll. That's a good point. That's a good point. I've been tempted, by the way. I do have a vertical setup. At the minute, I use it just to record the stream on the side, and then I upload it to make AI clips. But I don't know. Maybe I should use the vertical stream for one night a week. Maybe I should do it for Sundays. No, Tuesday. Nothing really happens on Tuesdays. Oh, fuck. Shit! I forgot the fucking thing. Oh, I almost fucking forgot. Jasper, the picture starts now with this one. The picture's there when it wasn't before, but now the music doesn't start. Jasper. He's got to sort this scene out. Fuck! AI pics. Welcome to my gym. This is my gym. I found this wicked gym. This is where I do my training. I'm a martial arts expert. Welcome to the AI pics. This is not a good segment, but it's a key segment. It's a key segment. It's a Sunday night segment. It's one of the only reasons I even go live on a Sunday is to let you know how my pics did. And I almost went through the whole fucking stream without doing it because I was too busy rambling and treating this like my own fucking personal therapy session. But here's my pics. Let me just set this fucking pipe up. I want to just hit this because that's where we're at now. No, I'm not really. It's I'm almost out. And I find it really easy to quit if I've got work. It's like, because by the end of tomorrow, it's fine. You wake up jonesing for a bit of weed. Oh, I wish I had a bit of weed. Because I've got to focus on work and shit tomorrow. It helps you quit. And I got no stream tomorrow. There's always that day after, isn't there? When you've had weed, the day after everything's a bit glum. That'll be tomorrow. Hang on, I need to smoke all this before I go to bed. I don't want any left in the morning. I don't know why. It's just my head. Whenever I start something on a Monday, I tend to stick to it. There's just been some good fucking shit though. Right. Yeah, a vertical stream would be cool. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to make my Tuesday streams vertical. I'm going to make them vertical and I'll also try and keep myself on TikTok again. I found out what happened with TikTok. TikTok actually scans the fucking background. So I got banned from TikTok on a vertical because of the meme in the background. The meme was offensive. It wasn't something I said. So fucking TikTok's so sensitive. But there's parts of the stream that I reach where the memes are over with and we're just chit-chatting. That's when I'll jump on TikTok. Because TikTok's fucking great for discoverability. But anyway, here's my AI picks. Bad fucking week. 6 to 12. Obviously 6 to 13 because they're thinking me Bobby Fight. I can't remember the fucking name. Oh my god, Paul Craig and the Bellato fight. That was a no contest. So I'm not counting that. I don't think that counts. So in terms of the picks, I'm taking it as 6 or 12. Still 50%. She's literally, since I started this experiment, this is now the worst week. This is the worst of the worst. 6 for 12, 50%. This is the worst it's been. It obviously is getting to a point now where the consistency is all over the place. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board completely. We're going to play around with that prompt quite significantly. And we're going to, I was actually reluctant to meddle with the prompt too much. But, because some weeks it does well, but no, I need to figure out why some weeks are just, it's like spiraling. Because not the week before last, it also had a really fucking bad week. So that's 2 really rotten weeks now. So I need to actually reassess. I'm fine with the data. I'm fine with how I'm collecting it. I'm fine with the AI. The problem is in the point scoring system. I'm giving something too much weight. I'm giving something not enough weight, and there'll be considerations that I'm not thinking about at the moment that I need to add to get a more accurate result. But yeah, I will work on that in the week and then I'll let you know. But yeah, this week was fucking piss poor. Really bad. Tapology's got me down for fucking 6-13. Because it's a fucking no contest, it's got me down as failing. I will point out, Tapology, that no contest isn't a fucking option, is it? Is it an option? I'll be checking. Next week I'll be checking. But I don't even think it's an option. You can't predict, oh, I think this one's going to be a round one no contest. So I think it's a bit harsh. But it doesn't work on percentages anyway. So I got 6. For anyone who's keeping track of the Gilly, I know everyone's keeping track of the Gilly bet. It's officially off. I don't care. I've explained why. I'm not going to go into it again, but like we all know. We all know it doesn't matter. He'll be tracking it. So we need to keep track of it as well, because he'll brag about it whether or not the bet's on or off. Doesn't matter. So consider this not keeping track of the bet. It's sort of this is the segment where we keep track of whether or not Gilly is going to be an insufferable asshole, constantly reminding us about this bet. That's basically it. As it stands, we've got 1 week to go. I haven't got graphics because the bet's off, but next week we've got 1 week to go and I'm 2 up as it stands. This week we both got 6 picks. I was 2 up already, so we got 1 week to go. I'm 2 up. So unless Gilly needs to have at least 3 disagreements, at least, and he needs to get all 3 of them in order to turn this bet around. Not this bet. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, for those keeping track and for those who want to know if Gilly's going to be an insufferable wanker, constantly reminding us of this non-existent bet that he won, yeah, I'm 2 up as it stands. Just to be clear. But yeah, that puts us back down to 0 weeks. Still can't get 2 weeks in a row. It's gutting. I just can't get 2 weeks in a row. Surprised he wasn't in here to tell you guys tied last night. I know. No, I think no, I mean, look. I don't want people to think I'm being mean. I know some of you have got some pretty big issues with the guy, and you feel like that. Oh, fuck, I had the fucking word. Oh, what the fuck? My brain's not working. I can't do the word. I can't think of it. Oh, I'm Googling it. I can't think of the word. I cannot think of that fucking. That is mad when your brain just goes mad. Reconcilable differences. Jesus Christ. I know you guys feel like you have some reconcilable differences with the guy. Mine are not reconcilable. When that guy's not involved in drama, I'm whatever. I still think it's good value. He's got autistic knowledge on MMA. But yeah, that drama's got to go. But I will work on the. I'm gonna work on the prompts. But the prompts are gonna change quite a lot. So I'm probably gonna do a real proper. I'm gonna do a deep dive on this, on like how I'm scoring all this to really see if I can hone in this accuracy. And it's probably going to change to the point where I know there's no point comparing the accuracy. There'll be no point in comparing the accuracy of what was before with what comes after. So I'm going to reset the accuracy clocks. So as it stands, I've got 3 models with 3 weighted considerations. Model 1, it's got an accuracy of 65%. Model 2's got an accuracy of 62.9%. And the last one has an accuracy of 56.91. And that was a funny model. That one had an accuracy of 20%. So I've got it on a spreadsheet when that when that one was making picks, we went with the opposite decision, because if a model can be consistently wrong, it's ironically consistently accurate. So when a model is so hilariously and consistently wrong, we just keep it and then just take the opposite result. But yeah, that's how it stands. But they were touching 70% before this card. That's how bad it was. And the last reset was about 5 cards ago. So yeah, we're going to go do a reset. And I'll let you know what the updated... I'll let you know what the updated blah blahs all do next picks on Thursday. And on Tuesday, we'll try something different. On Tuesday, expect a vertical stream. Probably a real world stream. Probably a real world, because I want to use my new camera. So yeah, look forward to a vertical stream with me on Thursday. You're gonna see my ridiculous outfit. You're gonna see it in such crispy detail. But I hope it. That's the one thing about having the camera, innit? Having a shitty webcam sort of hides some of the... You'll see the fucking stitch in me. This fucking camera's mental. Anyway. A vertical stream would be cool, yes. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go. Weston keeps trying to peer pressure me into smoking weed again. No, listen, I started smoking weed again about a week or so ago because there was something going on in my life. I knew where that thing was going, and I thought, fuck it, I'll get some weed in. It's a bit of escapism. It gets me through work and stuff, but I now have to go through the bullshit of stopping, because I've had it all day, every day for the last couple of weeks. So I've got to go through the bullshit of stopping. So for the next few days, shit's going to be glum, no novel. It's just, you know what I mean? I'm going to be jonesing. I'm going to be sat there fucking really fucking fancying a bit of fucking weed, and that feeling's not going to go away for days. So I've got to go through that bullshit. Then come the fucked up dreams you get for a week or so, and then you're over it, yeah? You're back to normal. But yeah, fucking hell. Like, I only did it because, like I said, it's just life's been a bit shit for me the last couple of weeks. But don't just get back on weed because you fancy a bit. I'm very much smoking weed because it's just helping me deal with some shit right now. That's it. That's the only reason I'm smoking it, and I just need to finish this fucking weed before bed, and then I can. Tomorrow starts. He lost 3,500 last night to Terzi on a single bet. Buckley on Uzma. Lane, why do you know this thing? Why do you still track all things Gilly? Lane, dude. I'm not telling you how to live your life, but fucking hell. Why do you know this? The guy went out of his way to dox you like a motherfucker. You doxed him back and you doxed each other. You playing these fucking horrible doxing games. Fucking hell. You guys, some of you guys, you seem to you hate these people, you fall out with these people, but my god, see when someone turns into a bit of a fucking arsehole with me, I don't watch their stuff. If someone's just gonna be horrible to me, I don't watch their stuff. I just don't. Why would I? What do you think's gonna happen? A spoiler alert, they're gonna say horrible things about you. Who gives a fuck? You are the sum, right? You are the sum of the people you spend the most time with. And in a digital age, when you're on someone's live stream, you're spending time with them. If that person is some toxic piece of shit that you don't like, who says horrible things about you, and you're spending all your time there, It's not good for your mental health. Surround yourself with people who are one or two things. One, they're a fan, right? And two, they're constructive in their criticism. That's it. And when someone's a fan, disregard everything they say. I know that sounds horrible. This isn't my words. This is something I've heard somewhere else. When someone's a fan, disregard everything they say. The people who are constructively critical, the ones who are saying the things you really find hard to listen to them. That's what I do. When someone's just fucking straight up horrible, man, that's it. Oh, fuck that. I'm unsubscribed. I'm not watching. I pay no attention to it. Honestly, I feel it's like a superpower. I disconnect. I was like, oh, you're chatting shit about me. Okay. I'll disconnect. Unless it's funny. Sorry, I have to be clear. If there's an exception, unless it's funny. It was funny when I was beefing with Gilly because I knew a few basic questions I could just throw on him on the spot and completely catch him out, which I did. Right? And with Vinny, the way he would talk around in circles trying to argue with me and crashing out and stuff, that is funny. So I beefed with him for a little bit and then it got a little bit too boring, so made peace. That's it. I've had 2 beefs in this community and they've both been funny. Just funny. It's funny beefing with one person who's clearly lying and the other person... Oh, well, you know, you all know the other one. It's like, it's just funny to argue with him. He's just an idiot. So, there's some other people that have said some shit about me, but I just think I don't like, it's not funny. It's not constructive criticism and it's not funny. It's just horrible. So I just unsubscribe and stop watching. I pay no attention. Who cares? I don't care. Right. Those who know me wouldn't be mean to me. And those who are mean to me clearly don't know me, so who cares? Anyway, wise words, Bodach. Thank you very much, Weston. They both have shit-eating grins, I know, whatever. I don't care, I just want to be, I want to focus on my thing, and I do want to broaden the scope of my content, so look out for my actual videos, back to animated. With all my legs and arms and that moving, and man on the street videos and real life streams, vertical streams. I'm just gonna mix it up a bit. Let's mix shit up a bit. The stupid thing is, my analytics say 60% of you watch this on mobile phones. I should do most of my streams should be vertical. Mobile phones and smart TVs. Hardly anybody watches my stuff in a web browser or a tablet. It's almost everyone who watches my thing is almost exclusively mobile phones and smart TVs. But anyway, safe. I'll see you later. Have I missed anything? I don't want to miss any chat. Don't peer pressure into weed. Weed is... I don't know. I don't, whatever. For me, every time I go near weed, I always regret going near weed. And when I don't have weed, I always fancy weed. So I'm no person to ask. But all I'll say is, I've never known my life to improve while I'm smoking weed for prolonged periods of time. But not once have I lived a period of life, say 6 months plus, where I've been a regular weed smoker. Has my life improved? Ever. Not once. But there are countless examples of where I've been weed-free, sober, hardly drinking, eating right, exercising, going for walks, getting good sleep. I've done that in my life and everything got better. Everything. I'd recommend that. Unless life's just fucking shit. You're a bit stressed. You're tossing and turning. You can't really sleep. And all you got to do is go around the corner and buy a bit of weed. And all of a sudden you sleep like a fucking baby. Whatever. I'll see you later. I'm off. Night night.